Keep this brief and to the point. The first quarter of 2025 was our first profitable first quarter since 2019. It's the result of cutting costs, reducing excess inventory, streamlining headcount, closing unprofitable stores, exiting underperforming geographies, and focusing on the core fundamentals of the business. We are focusing on trading cards as a natural extension of our existing business. The trading card market, whether it's sports, Pokemon, or collectibles, is aligned with our heritage. It fits our trade-in model, it appeals to our core customer base, and it's deeply embedded in physical retail. Unlike software, it's tactile. Unlike hardware, it has high margin potential. It's a logical expansion. Most important, none of this would be possible without the people doing the actual work, our store employees and warehouse teams. They're the ones listing inventory, sweating on the job, serving customers, processing trade-ins, and keeping the business running. They're not wasting time in Zoom meetings. They're not in PowerPoint decks. They're on their feet every single day working hard and serving customers. They're the backbone of GameStop. In corporate America, it's totally normal to see excessive executive pay, DEI initiatives that prioritize image over merit, managers managing to Wall Street's short-term expectations and analysts, and boards handing out free stock like candy to people who would never buy a share themselves. That's not how we operate. We're a company that treats shareholder capitals as our own, because it is. Warren Buffett once said, "Turnarounds seldom turn," and he's right. No fancy promises, no roadshows, no pandering, just a focus on efficiency and long-term alignment with our owners, the shareholders. Thank you for being one.
You're welcome, Ryan. That was Ryan Cohen, guys. Chairman of the board, CEO, CIO, you name it. He's everything for GameStop. And he was just telling you why GameStop is so profitable this quarter. This is a new year for us. If you're not familiar with GameStop's earnings sheet that came out, GameStop beat every single metric you could ever want for a company to do. I don't know what Wall Street wants to do from here, but GameStop really proved that they are above and beyond. Everyone. I'm talking about retail in general. I mean, you guys, they had an operating margin almost 10% if you actually adjusted operating margin 10%. 6% if you just take the raw numbers. And that's massive. That's massive considering they were negative 3 to 4 last year, same quarter. So a swing of 14, a swing of 10, how any way you cut it. So I'm very excited. But we have so much to talk about, like everything. I took the morning off just so that we're clear on the show. If you guys are subscribers of the show, cool, you guys get to watch the videos. But if you're members of the show, then you actually get the behind the scenes, right? I post a couple of shorts, I post some stuff. So you guys probably already knew what I was doing this morning, why I wasn't live. First annual shareholders meeting that I missed live in 4 years, almost 5 years, because I was busy. There's something more important than GameStop. There's something more important than YouTube. There is my father. My dad isn't doing too well physically, and I don't know how much longer, my pops is going to be around. But my dad called me this morning and said, "Hey, son, I need some help with something." He needed help with his AC filters. He needed help turning in his cans for some money that he likes to collect. It's the things that he likes to do. And I took him to breakfast, and we hung out all morning. I just got back, and I started reading up on some stuff. So I apologize for not being here with you guys, but I'd much rather spend that day with my dad than any one of you guys. I promise you. So that was my one day off. I've got to find time to, look at things, but we're going to do it together rather than me. Usually I study in the dark. And I come on, I do a video, do a live stream, and I have all the answers. But right now, there's some questions that are being thrown out there. There are some people, naysayers, deters. Like somebody came into the chat right now, and it's not our Johnny J. It's a different Johnny J. And he says, Double A, first off, I just want to say thank you for the 10 free memberships for the crew. If you guys are getting a free membership right now, then you guys get to watch those, those videos, those member-only videos that I do post throughout the week. Now, no apologies. You're appreciated. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. But Johnny J, I didn't appreciate him. So this fake, this is not the real Johnny J. This is a fake Johnny J. He says, what a terrible day for GameStop. And, of course, the real Johnny J comes out and says, it's a great day for GameStop. It's not only a great day for GameStop, it's a great day for you. Guys, great day for you. If you're an investor in GameStop and you were able to average down today, It's not that like you need $20,000 to go hit it over the head whenever it dips down. That's not the mentality you should have. You know, I saw something yesterday, and I didn't stop the guy. I didn't stop him. I let him. I just was talking it out, right? Like I'm like, hey, we're just talking. I go, yeah, well, I bought 10 shares. And I'm gonna buy 5 more tomorrow. Like I know what my finances are, and I take my time with it. But I'm in no like when I'm buying shares, I'm not buying shares because I'm trying to run at it. Oh, the price is low. Let me go get them. Like that's not the way it works for me. It's like okay. It's what can I afford to buy at the moment? Like, do I have any money to put in? Okay, if I have money, then it's going over there. Like, doesn't matter the price of the stock. Never does. I'm averaging up, averaging down, doesn't matter. I have a good average for those reasons. So, well, I'll always use myself as an example. I remember long time ago, like over 4 years ago, the price was something, and I was like, you know what it was? I was scared that I wasn't going to get in because I'm like, it might just pop. And people don't know about this stuff. Like the guys who just got in like last year or 2 years ago or maybe 3 months ago, whatever. Like you guys don't know what it felt like back then because it really felt like the stock was going to take off without you. Like the fear was there. You were like, oh my God, I got to transfer my shares out of Robinhood to Fidelity. I don't. And what if it goes? Because back then, any given day, you would have saw the stock go from, I give you an example, it was like 260 one day, went all the way to 340 in one day. So you were like, hold on, 260 to 340? Yes, that much volatility, that much everything. And today was no different, like on the downside where people are, yesterday we were 28, today we were $21. That's phenomenal. $7 on a 500 million share float. You're looking at a couple of $1 billion swing, but for what reasons, right? And we'll talk about that. But if you've been here this long, then you love it, right? And you're not rushing to it. But people will be like, they'll be like, yo, man, it's down in the 24s. I got to go get one. Like get one, get two. Who cares? Like eventually what you're going to do is you're going to remember these days. That's what you're going to do. Because I remember last year when we were looking at stuff, we were like, man, it's 17. It's 15. It's 14. It's 13. It's 12. It's 10. We literally wish we had more money. But if you grabbed a couple, you guys saw it. I think I bought like $1,000, $2,000 in February, and it was like $15. And I was like, hell yeah. I got in. I felt good about it. I didn't feel great about it when it was $10 because when it was $10, I was like, damn, I wish I would have got more. But the truth is I forgot about it because when it hit 30, I was just like, doesn't really matter. That's the same thing right now. For a lot of you guys, I got to get in at 25. I got to get it at 23. I got to get it at 22, 21. Like, okay. So you bought 5. So you bought 10. So you touched a little. That's good. That's good. Those are some shares that, a year from now will go long and you won't get taxed so much and maybe you'll find some profit in them years. Who knows? I do know a lot of things, though. I do know that Wall Street is giving GameStop $2 billion for 0% interest for 7 years. I bought a vehicle during COVID, and it was 0% interest on my truck. And it's funny. I had called Ford for a payoff. I wanted to pay off my cars, and I just wanted to know the totals. So when I asked for the total on the truck, the guy goes, hey, don't forget, man. He goes, you don't have to pay it off. You could skip some payments. Nothing's going to happen. And I was like, well, what do you mean nothing's going to happen? No, you bought it for 0% interest. You just skip some payment. It's fine, man. We just throw it on the back of the loan at 0%. You pay 0. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. It's a guilt-free loan. Like he said it like that. And I was just like, hold up. And now I'm not crazy because I only did a 5-year loan. So, I'm ready to pay this thing off. And he was like, yeah, you ain't got to pay it. I was just like, bro, if I was a degenerate, it was like back in the day, if I was in my 20s, man, I'd have been like, yo, I'm not paying this shit for 3 months. Come get me. No, that's not it. But I think about it. I think about GameStop and the way they're looking at their money. Raising funds, asking for funds. So what I wanted to do, this guy says to buy more shares. What's crazy, Mentats? You could cancel your pre-order. You could do that stuff. But do you really want the product, right? Do you want to collect? Do you want to do your thing? Like, are you really about it? Or are you about shares? Like, I looked at my finances, and I didn't share this with my wife yet, but we go out every weekend, rain or shine. We go out every weekend, and I'm not allowed to have a budget in it with her. Like, I can't be like, yo, mama, I don't have money for that. Like, if my wife wants something, then we do it, and she's reasonable about it, right? I'm right there, we're sitting down, and she goes, oh, I want to get an appetizer. I can't go like, hey, mama, we're just here to eat some entrees and get a couple of ice waters. That's it. And she's over here, I want a margarita. I want that. Like, I have to do those things with her because she affords me all of this. Guys, this is not free. Right? Me doing YouTube, me all this time I give you, everything I do, all the studying I do, trust me, mama's cashing out on me. She's like, hey, with time, with the energy, and yes, with whatever budget I have towards GameStop or my funds. So a lot of people don't know what it's like. It's just, you have 5 kids in California. You guys figure it out. But I'll tell you, I don't jeopardize those things because I know where my bread is buttered, right? Like, I don't want to piss her off. So then I'm like, okay, I don't need to go grab, every dollar I have and stretch it all and then not do the things that I'm supposed to. Like, go ahead and look at Ruben. Ruben's always in the chat with us here, guys. Ruben's a big GameStop holder. Every weekend, Ruben's going to post. He took his family out. He had a drink or two. He did his thing. Like, you still have to do those things with your family. This is not a lock yourself down and rid the cabinets and, I'm only eating top ramen and this is all I'm going to do. Like, no, that's not the way it works. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the ride. This is added value. GameStop is added value. And I'm there. I'm there with you. So if I could afford to buy 15 shares from yesterday to now, that's what I did. Did it cost me? It cost me a grip. $300 is a lot of money to me. But I will tell you, the $300 is going to turn into a large amount of money. Much later, however it works out, I'm okay. I've never saved so much money in my life since GameStop. So I'm very happy with it. And I'm just telling you my mentality and how it all works out for me. So I'm not rich. I paid my bills. I take care of myself. But I'm just as tight as the next guy. It's hard for me. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. And I do to a point. I just know where all my money's going every paycheck. So when I say I live paycheck to paycheck, that's what I mean. I'm very responsible about it. So let's go look at the numbers. Let's go look at it. The first numbers we're going to look at are mine. This is my portfolio. This is an update on what it is. I am currently down $6,700 after today. Got rocked. Did I care? No, that was today's loss. The whole portfolio is down $2,800. Not bad. Not bad considering what's going on with GameStop. My cost average is $24.84. Came down a penny for buying everything I was buying, but over $26,000 in there. And I'm just going to keep going. Activity reports are here. This is so you guys know it's true. What was it? Pending. Those are already all done. Let's go with history, right? Is it going to show me? Is it process? Oh, those are my damn transfers. I want to know position. There we go. So GameStop is here. Click on it. And here we go. So out of everything I did on the 12th today, right here. So started buying at $22.98. 22.97, 21, 21, 21, 21. So got a lot in the 21s. Yesterday did 25, 25, and 24.95. So that was 10. It was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then if you add up all this, 15 carried over, right? So 15, you're good. For the one day, that's pretty good for me. I felt good about it. And why did I start buying in? Because it was time. I got paid. I paid off all my bills, and that's what I had left over. So that's the update there. Let's go over here. GameStop's going to give you this update on the website itself. We're going to talk about it. Beautiful website, by the way. Love this place. And I go to the trading cards every time because this is what I can really track to see the type of momentum this company's carrying. And right now you have all these beautiful cards on here. And what happens, if you're a Pokemon, I'm learning all this stuff about Pokemon and people buying packs and buying cards and can't find them. If you really want to collect them all and you want them PSA graded, you only buy 10s, or I want them raw. You got to buy packs. You got to open them yourself. There's a whole way of going about this. But they're all here. Everything you want is here. And these cards are available to you, and we have more cards than ever right now in GameStop. We have 6,735. Like I said, I remember when this said 1,400 a quarter ago. In February, it was 1,400. We now have 6,700. I remember when we only had 24 Pokemon cards available to the public. We now have 4,868 Pokemon cards. So I'm keeping track of these things. It helps me understand the growth and the direction of what the company could be doing. You guys know that I made a video last night that I was talking about. I did this in the middle of the night, believe it or not. And I was talking about how GameStop's should leverage and take over PSA. The way it looks from a management standpoint, it's something that I would do if I was GameStop because, one, the demand for PSA is solely driven through you. PSA's had to hire, expand, grow because of your growth. PSA was averaging anywhere from 80,000 to 200,000 cards a month. They've already done over 1 million with GameStop in the span of 6 months. And GameStop is just, now they're annualizing on the number of when they started selling PSA graded cards. That would have been now. They didn't start grading until October. So once you actually annualize on that grading number, then your profit margins are going to go up because GameStop's charging more. You're going to be able to inherit some of these costs, these logistic costs, how to ship from point A to point B, storage, transactions. The employees are getting better at it. They're adopting it. More locations will start doing it. So you should start seeing a better program, a program that's actually taking away from eBay. eBay's tough. If you're an eBay seller, they limit you on how many items you can sell per month. You got to pay all the shipping yourself. You have to do everything yourself. Ship it out. Make sure it's quality. If something gets lost, it's going to get challenged. All these things come up into play. You got to pay for the packaging. And all of these things take into consideration if you want to get value for your card. Or you can just go to GameStop and they're going to give you a value. And it's going to be, yep, let's go ahead and do that. And I tell you these things because I have all these cards I've been grading, checking, and seeing their values and their worth, because when I start handing things out, I want to make sure that the person that's getting the card and or the product understands the value. That's the thing I want to do the most, educate people on what these things are worth. But if you were listening to Ryan Cohen and he's talking about what they want to sell and how it's the right thing for the current customer, he's absolutely correct. There's a nostalgic deal with it. There's a collectible aspect to it. But then you created or you solved a problem. The hardest problem in the world is if I open up a pack of cards, I'm stuck with these cards. And I don't know how to sell them or get rid of them and do it safely. I just don't. It's like, yeah, you have a great collection, but then you end up selling them for pennies and nothing. Or you're going to actually collect them. They're going to store their value, and they're going to appreciate over time. That's what GameStop's doing. GameStop gave people a way to do this business, and I'm happy for it, right? We'll talk charts later, guys. There's so much that we need to look at for GameStop and what they announced. So let's go over to that right now. If you go to the investor relations page, yes, I was having a problem loading it today. I went ahead and wrote to Ryan Cohen. I let him know. I said, hey, man, why isn't the page working? I called the phone number. You can only leave a message. No one's there to talk to you. I was like, man, what the hell, man? Because I wanted to know what was the story on this convertible announcement that they put out. Now, the announcement is here. For them, they're going to offer up additional convertible notes. If you guys are not familiar with convertible notes, and if you're not savvy on the language and like what it actually is, essentially it's like a bond. Okay, it's like you're giving out a loan to a company, and they now have this paper, right? And the company has a note. They have a piece of paper, a note. And this note is good for the purchase of $1,000 worth of loan, right? Worth of bond to the company. And it'll represent X amount of shares that equal to that 1,000. So how do you get that total? That's what you got to ask yourself. So just so that we're clear, these convertible notes have a lot of pros versus cons. The pros are you get the money up front, you get it now, it's instant, it's fast, and you don't have to pay the commissions so much on the share side. You're not diluting your flow, your shareholders, not instantly. You could pay back the actual convertible notes. There's a lot of things you could do. And when you're taking money from someone on a private offering. That's one more thing. They're doing private offerings. They're not doing ATMs. An ATM is called at the market. And that's whenever you're going to offer shares to the public to increase your float. Right? You have this float. You have about, in this case, we have 447 million shares. If we were to offer shares, it would have a material impact immediately on the shareholder. And you would see a dilution, but you would also see a calculation for market cap. So a lot of people, whenever they see dilution happen, you've heard the phrasing good dilution, bad dilution. And in this case for GameStop, and I just want to make this very clear to all you want to be investors, all you guys who are like fair weather investors, GameStop doesn't need the cash, right? They're always like, you don't need the cash. Yeah, it does explain the Cohen's floor seats. We'll talk about that, PH. So it's not that GameStop doesn't need the cash or does need the cash. Your company, your investment should always need more money and or want more money. This is how you become more valuable. At what point don't you want this money? But remember that GameStop has what I told you guys. They have this infinite money glitch where they have their own shares to sell. And it's at what premium? What people really need to see is that GameStop's really trying to get into the S&P 500. They're trying to get into the S&P 500, but they're not running there. They're walking there. And people are pissed off because they want to talk about short squeezes and getting money and run, and I need this wealth that I was promised, and I don't know what the hell you were promised. I'll tell you what you were promised. You were promised to be a better person, invest better, do more homework, do your due diligence. And in this case, GameStop's completely profitable. It is beyond anything Wall Street has ever seen on a turnaround and a pivot, but they won't give it value just yet. And I'll tell you why they don't want to give it value. You know when they're going to give it value, guys? It's not going to happen on a big options week. My honest opinion, they're not going to let it happen when the contracts are all in front of you. And man, today's the day. We've got 200,000 contracts in front of you for this much money. I don't think it happens like that. I think it happens on a quiet week. I think it happens on a random Wednesday. Like it's just going to be like, you know what? Here we go. Because the last thing you want to do is enrich these guys who walk in and think that they're just going to hit it big because, hey, earnings, I'm going to buy contracts. Like, it's so dirty that they claim they support the investment of the people. They're just greedy. They're just gamblers. So for every guy out there writing or selling, you're going to get killed, dude. And I mean that figuratively. Like, you're going to get gutted for your shares when you're over here writing covered calls on like a random week where you're like, we're safe this week. There's no earnings. There's no triple witching. There's nothing. And I just think like GameStop's just going to, one day it's just going to announce something and Wall Street's going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to go now. There's nobody that we have to pay off. I mean, we're not going to get buried. The gamma's not going to come through. And everyone who has these notes, everyone who has these shares, look at the volume today, guys. The volume today was 171 million shares. I have been doing this a very long time. The last time GameStop traded almost 40% of their float, I don't remember, man. It's been 4 years, 3 years. It's been a long time. I mean, maybe last year. Did they do it last year? Am I just oblivious to it? Was I just stuck in the thick of it? Let me look at the weekly. The weekly. No, go to the daily. Hold on. You guys can't see it. Don't worry. You're not missing anything. Okay, let me see something really quick. I'm going to look at this volume candles over here. So, yeah, they traded 279. So, yeah, they traded more on those crazy Roaring Kitty days, right? 200. So, they did trade it over 172 times. And then a lot of shares in between there. But that's when the stock ran crazy. And now you're telling me that it actually came down? And when I say it ran crazy, it actually was on a down day. The biggest volume was on a down day. Yeah, see, to tank the stock, you got to kill. I mean, you got to bring in volume. They had 279 million shares one day, and it opened. The high was $48, and it closed out at 28. Dropped all the way down to 26. So you lost 50% that day. Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, you didn't do that today. It's not like that today. 22%? No. And you're still within the triangle, just so that we're clear. I mean, there's a lot that I'm going to show you guys later when we do that. Okay, but back to what I was telling you. I think my opinion is they're going to make it run sometime. Yes, they did. April 3rd. Oh, my God. Calm down, Rocco. Calm down. April 3rd. What was it? April 3rd this year? Are you talking about this year? Did I miss? No. It's not a lot. What are you talking about, bro? Maybe we're just misspeaking. April 3rd. No, they had 11 million shares traded back and forth that day. Are you okay, bro? PSA Collectors opening 2 locations by 2026 in Florida and Plano, Texas. GameStop headquarters, Grapevine acquisition. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I don't really care where it's at, but I hear you. Sometimes that matters, E-Trade Travel. Sometimes. Okay? 52 Colt, them discount prices today, I had to buy 2 more. Yeah, I heard that. Okay, so back to what I was telling you. We'll talk about the volume. We'll explain all that. We'll go into it. Once again, I'm doing this on the fly with you because I didn't have time to break it all down, but we're going to look at it together. Okay, so they're offering $2 billion, okay? After great earnings. They give you 7 years runway on this. Phenomenal. From the last one they did, and now I've been studying these damn convertible senior note offerings. The last one GameStop did was here. They went ahead and offered $200 million in addition to the $1.5 billion, which they did get, and we know that. They took home 1.4 and some change after taxes and pay and fees, but they actually came out at $29.85 per note per share for the note. Each note is worth 33.49 shares. So for every $1,000, that's the equivalent. And how did they get that? The initial conversion price for these notes represents a premium of approximately 37.5% over the composite volume weighted average price, which is known as VWAP. Okay? So 37.5% over the VWAP for the given day between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. 1 and 4. So if this note offering that they announced the day of, okay, if this is any indication to what just happened, okay, you read right here, it tells you Common A stock and its election, the initial conversion rate, repurchase or redemption rights, and other terms of the notes will be determined at the time of pricing of the offering. GameStop expects that the reference price used to calculate the initial conversion price for these notes will be U.S. Composite, VWAP, Class A common stock from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, the date of pricing. Now, there's always a premium on there. Okay, 37.5 is what they paid on the last offering. If they're going to pay 37.5 on this offering, the very same, which we don't know if they are, I want to show you guys something. I want to go here to the minute chart, and I want to show you why GameStop got sucked down all the way. Now, this happens every time. Every time. All the way gets sucked down right at 1 o'clock. Boom. Now we're at 1 o'clock. And all they did was run it to the ground. We got flat. They found the bottom. You couldn't move it from 21.55. Right there. Now we go back up. Now we run up. You can play with me all you want. You can do it all you want. But all the way up until about 4 o'clock, right here, right at the end of the day, your VWAP is this yellow line. VWAP was $22.33. If I take 37.5% off of that number or add it on to that number, I'm over $30 a share. So if that's the case, then GameStop just did better than their previous offer. But we don't know what the premiums are on this offer, okay? But that's why the stock went crazy. It found its bottom, and then people started buying, and they started defending themselves. You had some good volatility here, some good movement, and we ended up higher. We're at 22.42 right now as we speak, above that VWAP. Now, I want to show you guys, or I want to get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Boom. Don't need this. I'm good. Don't need that. I'm good. Now, you know, whenever I draw this right here, this is a 5-minute chart here. I draw this smiley face looking thing because this is the carve out right here. You came to the bottom at 21.54. Am I even showing? I knew it. Oh man. Here you guys go. Sorry about that. Now you're here. Sorry. I'll always figure it out. Chart not visible, yeah. I'll get to you. Sorry, guys, it happens. No big deal. So, right now on GameStop, previous cutout, boom, good. Now, we already had this support level. You see this yellow line? I've talked about this for a long time. This yellow line cannot be beat. You can't come below the yellow line. You can't, because that support, now I know it doesn't show it on the daily, but that support stems from this 995. So on the weekly, it's going to happen. You're bouncing off of this. I need to move this down some, about right there. So this, because we had this support from way down here, okay, from 64 cents, it was a 4-to-1 split. We had it from way down here back in the day from 2020. We came all the way through. We found the bottom at 995. Roy and Kitty saw it. Everybody saw it. Okay, it's go time now. But what that does with this linear line right here, this does here, remember that you are not on linear charts. You're on logarithmic trading charts. It makes a very big difference. So you're on log charts here. We found the bottom to be here. That angle there, that is us. This whole area over here, I want to show you so you understand it. This whole area here, this area right here is you. This is retail. This is the people. These are the institutional holders. These are everybody buying the shares. When we go up, the whole bottom comes up. For whatever reason today, okay, when they were doing this offering, and they're talking shares, and they're doing their shit, for whatever reason, sorry, come out of the safe mode, come out of drawing mode. Good. Boom. Okay. That's boom. Okay. So for whatever reason, they couldn't get us below that yellow line because that angle is still the same from way down here to up here. Very easy to understand. You have top side. This is all bullish pennants. You have the bottom that's rising. Where they meet, they break. We are going to have a breakout on this stock, guys. They're going to have a breakout. GameStop's going to announce, hey, completion of these notes. This is the weekly chart. On the daily itself, you would have had to hit way down here to get to the yellow, and you didn't get there. You couldn't find the bottom. We had all this previous support here, and this previous support is for the inner Dorito of what we're living like. You have an inner Dorito here on this company, but it won't matter. And of course that moved. It won't matter because it's this thing about lower lows and higher lows and higher highs. And I'll show it to you. Dropping the price for an offering, that's one thing, guys. We did the same thing over here. They did the same thing here. They dropped it all the way down for an offering. We announced completion of the offering. They went ahead and came another, a little bit less, and then we had a monster run over the next quarter, all the way to the top to touch the top of the Dorito, test it out. You found this right here. That's capitulation. You actually hit the ground. You guys ever had a coin? You throw a coin on the ground, a quarter, and it bounces, boom, just goes. That's like what this is doing. It's like a slingshot. It's retracting all the way back. It finally hit the ground. It's ready to go. And David, meet your Goliath. You're about to shoot through this damn thing. Your support's going to be the purple. And we're going to keep going, guys. We're going to keep taking this water up here as we buy it. So as you go into the year, your floor is this yellow line. Your floor is going to keep rising. So when you see 26, 25, 28, 29, when you're way over here, and yeah, I know it's next year, the bottom of your stock's going to be 30 because it's insulated with $3.5 billion worth of shares. They have done the right thing on how and knowing how to stack this money. They're stacking it high, and there's much more to it. But that's from the TA side of it, okay, guys? GameStop is not going to come below that yellow line. Oh, they touched it. They got really close to it. That's all you're ever going to do. Horseshoes and hand grenades. That's what you're going to do. We curved out of this right here, and now we have a recovery and gone. So tomorrow should be a good day. The next day should be a good day. But, yeah, they killed you guys having calls. I know it. You damn degenerates. You guys don't know any better. We try to teach you this, but what do we know? What are they going to do? Sell off Bitcoin now at 106? 106 and park on Bitcoin. No matter what they tell you, Bitcoin closed out for the month. We'll go here on the daily chart. For the month of, well, we're going to go from May, June, wherever it ends up at the end of July. GameStop bought in anywhere between 93,000 over here from May 3rd, right here. So from this standpoint, all the way down, GameStop could have bought anywhere from 96, 93, all the way through this time frame. They're 4,000 tokens or whatever it may be. So if that were the case, and if they don't buy any more, then what's their average? Right? What's their average? You just don't know. I doubt that they would have bought them at the top. They're pretty smart about what they do. But if they know they can move Bitcoin, think about that too, about GameStop. If they know that they can move Bitcoin they bought 4,000, and they bought them way over here somewhere, okay? They bought them in this range right here, this white line. I can get rid of this bottom one. I know they didn't buy them there, okay? So they bought them here at the white line. That's when they started buying, all through this window here. If they bought 4,000 and it moved it this much and moved, don't you think they know, hey, $500 million moves it that much? Let me sit back for a minute. Let me sit back for a minute and let somebody else buy it. Let MicroStrategies push. Who knows? But they're pushing your dollars. They're pushing your budget. GameStop's going to come in at $400 million profit, guys, if not more for the year. Not just because of Bitcoin, not just because of interest, but because of operations as well. We saw the sheet. We knew what it was. All right. Oh, I'm sorry for these guys. That's, what's his name? Tuttle's big-ass head. And that's your boy right there, Michael Packer, who claims GameStop's a $14 or $13 stock again. I'm sorry about that. I forgot they were on the screen. All right, let's talk some stuff out because I want to study something while you guys are here with me. Now, I'm looking at other senior note offerings, and I want to know if the stock market did the same thing that GameStop just did today. You know, GameStop manufactured this tear down of the stock, right? All the way down to the ground. So I have a couple of questions on it. All right, let me make sure I'm doing it right. There we go. What am I on the daily? How about the weekly? How's the weekly look? Oh, weekly looks so good. Hey, do I have the indicators? I want to turn on my MA indicators. Yep. So just think about that. Let me show you that real quick. So we're going to go ahead and look at the 5-minute chart. Obviously, spread apart, we're fine. 30-minute, we had a death cross. They killed it down, fine. 1 hour, same thing. Daily. On the daily chart, unfazed. Unfazed, you're pushing up. This is going to be your golden cross breakout. Additionally, your weekly chart is finally going to have a golden cross. We're going to end up above it. We're going to push past it on the weekly. And once we get that golden cross, guys, it's a wrap. Looks like it's going to take us a couple of weeks to get there because we're actually down this week. We're below the $25 price point. But we'll go ahead and officially break out. When we do break out, the last time GameStop broke out was over here. GameStop had a breakout off of that golden cross on the weekly, and the stock took off all the way to all-time highs. Well, guess what? You're about to have a breakout on the weekly. It's right here. It's about to happen right there. Let me get rid of you guys right there. Let me get rid of this damn thing real quick. There we go. Okay, so you're about to have a breakout on the weekly sometime from now until October. So maybe another earnings report comes out. Maybe some type of catalyst comes out. Doesn't matter. But that's when you'll start the uptick and we'll start having this breakout. This breakout's going to happen off of this inner Dorito, and you'll be in this new area here. The massive Dorito that you have here from last year's high and low, you're actually going to break out of this. I told you March of 2026, right after earnings. Right after earnings and GameStop post $500 million of earnings, all that good stuff. You will now have an official breakout from the monster Dorito, which is going to be Not so much just this smaller one, but this one that's been for 5 years. You've had this bullish pennant up and to the right for 5 years. GameStop did a 60x, a 120x from the previous Dorito that it broke out on. And now they're going to go ahead and run. And you guys hang on to your hats, because by next year, this time frame, you will be trading, from the looks of it, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 6, yeah. So it's going to be somewhere over here, breakout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So anywhere from $600 to $1,200 a share next year, this time frame. I know they don't believe it. They don't believe that this can happen, but it can happen. It can happen in a heartbeat. The only thing that stops it from happening, guys, GameStop themselves keep offering their company up like the way they are as it runs up, which I'm fine with. I'm absolutely fine with it not rocketing. Because I don't need the volatility. What I want $40 a share. That's all I want. The amount of shares that they're going to get for $2 billion at 30 apiece, just so that we're clear, I'll do the math for you guys. On the math for this is going to be $2 billion. Okay. You're going to divide that by 30, and that's going to come out to 66 million shares. So you're going to have 60 million shares. So you're going to have a float about 550 million shares after all the notes are converted. So 550 million shares, just so that we're clear. Okay? And you're going to go ahead and you're going to divide. Well, you can just go get the 20 billion if you want now. Go get the 20 billion that you need to be in the S&P 500. I know they're going to raise it because GameStop's so close, which I'm okay with. But they need 20 and a half billion to be in there. And they're going to have 550 million shares. That means the stock price needs to be $37.27. That's it. $37. How close were we to 37? We're up here. We were just right here the other day. We're at 36. Just the other day. So why am I going to worry? I'm not going to worry about it. Like, we're definitely going to get there. It's going to happen. Right here, we were at 35.81. Yeah. There's no holding you down, guys. You're going to be out of it. You're going to be there. We're going to get into S&P. That might go crazy. And then, yeah, you hit 1,200. So next step will be that. You want to hear it now. I've been able to accumulate a massive number of shares from where I started. Went from 1 to 51. 51's great. This guy is saying March next year. Yeah, I am. I am saying that. I'm saying they're going to have a good shot at the S&P 500 March of next year. So, just been educating myself more and more on the company, the investment, and then the way stock market works. You know, that's why I don't get too high or too low. I don't get up or down too much because no matter what the price does, I just want more. You and Houston Wade also knew and you should write Ryan Cohen a letter expressing your delicate. Somebody else? Greg Houston? Whoever? Yeah, not me. Guys, I probably don't see the guys you guys see in the chat because I block everybody. If you come in here and you're negative about anything, I just block you. I don't care. I don't care to... Like, it's their approach to it. Like, this guy comes in, felt no different than a rug pulled up to me. There you go, Greg Houston. It's a rug pull, bro. Cool. Let this be the rug pull of your whole damn life. Gone. You're going to have to make a new account to talk to us. You're going to have to make a new burner. That's what it's going to come down to. You know, you gotta do those things. I'm averaging up. I mean, I had been for a long time. I'll block them all, bro. Yeah. Okay. We got a lot to look at. I'm so serious right now. If you guys like to look at stuff, get ready because we're about to do some nonsense DD that I want to do. Let's go look at Grubhub. So Grubhub, they upsized a $1.5 billion convertible note offering, and it's due in 2030. This offering came out yesterday. So Grubhub puts out a convertible note for $1.5 billion. And I want to go look at it, right? So the company is pricing an upsize offering a 1.5 aggregate principal amount, 0 coupon convertible note due 2030. The upsize previously was 125, now it's up to 150. In relation to, it expects to fully utilize the 274 authorized but unused amount under its $500 million repurchasing program announced. So they're just going to basically buy back their shares. and be authorized by its board of directors. Like, is that wild to borrow money to buy back your shares to elevate the price to then convert your own notes? Like it's a money glitch per se. Huh. Senior, they would be GUCs, unsecured obligations. So generally unsecured creditors are called GUCs. So what class is that? It's like way up on the list. It's not senior, but it's there. The initial conversion rate of the notes was 152 shares. Good for them. US is $6 per class, $6 per share. Approximately 40% above their closing price. Is this Uber or is this Grab? Oh, it's called Grab, not Uber. Grab is the company. I apologize. I said Uber. So Grab. Yeah, I saw the share price. It didn't make sense. So Grab is out here going for 1.4 billion, 1.5 billion. And here is the daily. They announced it yesterday. Let me ask you guys something. They announced it yesterday. Did these guys get killed? Did they get murdered? The stock went from 470 to 450. I mean, what was the whole world attacking it? Volume of 54 million shares on a float of 4 billion shares. So 1% of the float traded. Nobody attacked them. Nobody went after them. They just went ahead and did an offering, and they're asking for 1.5 billion. So someone out here is getting into this stock and saying they should buy it, and their own company is borrowing money, and they want to buy back their shares, and their shares are at 463, and their all-time high is 570. No, their all-time high is way over here from 2020. Wow, what the hell happened here? They're a SPAC during the bullshit? They went crazy during GameStop? Huh? $18. Grab went crazy during GameStop. Yeah, so this is their chart. Nothing happened to them today. Nothing happened. They didn't get attacked. They didn't get beat down. Nothing. Let me go look at this really quick, though. Like I said, a lot of research tonight. Grab. They're going after $1.5 billion. How? Their market cap is $19 billion. Their revenue is less than GameStop's. Their net income less than GameStop's. Their shares outstanding are crazy, 4 billion shares. The company just exists for 4 years. Their P/E ratio is 811. Holy shit. Somebody's giving them money? How? Why? I don't understand. Am I tripping right now? Hold on. They must have a killer sheet. It's not even possible. Revenue's growing. Oh, they're growing. Great. They have growth. Gross profit growing. Operating expense. Okay, operating income. They're getting better. They lost $1.5 billion, 1.3 billion, 400 million, 150 billion. They're getting there. They're turning to a profitable company. They might just get there. Net income, $23 million. $23 million. They're profitable now. Right there. Interest and investment income. Yeah. Oh, somebody mad at them? They made $221 million on interest. Look at their gross margins. Ooh. Look at their cash, bros. They make crazy cash. But yeah, I mean, they're not GameStop. Cash and cash equivalents. They're sitting on $6 billion worth of cash. What is this? $6 billion. They're all cash. Where's their hate pages? Like, I want to know where the hate pages are. Like, is there anybody, like, hating on this company? Is there a meltdown for Grab? Total assets, $9 billion. Versus 3. These guys are amazing. Shareholder equity, $6.4 billion. That's not bad, dudes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you they had 4 billion shares. Holy hell. Book value is $1.57. $1.57. The craziest sheet you've ever seen. They diluted everybody to get to where they are. They diluted everybody. And yet they still trade 4 times book. With the plus on price target all the way up 25%. And they're borrowing billions. What the hell, man? How do these guys give value? Okay, there's one. Curious. 40%, by the way. 40%. If GameStop does 40% above the price, it would be, I mean, these are going to be $31, $32 shares. But what do I know? Let's see. Super Microcomputers. They did a convertible note in February 23. I'm just curious. For $1.5 billion on a 37.5% above the VWAP. So the same thing, 37.5. Not bad. It's what you want. All right, these terms and conditions, blah, blah, blah. I'm reading. This convertible note. This company expects to spend money. Good. I didn't see it here. Did it say it was free, 0%? Qualified institutional buyers. That's who they're selling it to. That makes a lot of sense. Premium approximately 37 above. Whole cash. And yeah, we know that part. If I ever want to know what it was, I just go over here to dilution tracker. And I'll type in Super Microcomputers. What Super SMCI? Are they not going to show me? What's their ticker? I thought it was SMCI. They won't show you dilution tracker. They won't show it to you. Damn it. Okay. But it looks like it was a free money. I'm just curious. Okay, so what day was that? February 23rd, 2024. Okay, cool. Super Microcomputers. Right? SMCI. Yep. Okay, so let's go check them out. So on the daily chart, there was a day in the 24, February 24. February. Let's see if they got attacked that day. I'm just curious. Right here? No. February 23. Oh, wow. Wow. People were paying. Oh, yeah, right there. Okay. So 16, 20, 22, 23. So volume was okay. They announced. They came down. That was it. And then they, look at this. They came down after the announcement. Complete. Gone. Gap and go right there. Gap and go. 122. The highest the company's ever been valued was right when they did the conversion. That's when they converted. That's when they offered shares. They offered them at the top. And then the company just got sucked down because they're idiots. They wouldn't do an earnings call, if you guys know the truth. There's a lot. So, can't see. Sorry, bros. Man, I'm all over the place. Okay, so it was right here, right before they did a gap. It was right here. They got it shoved down for the offering, gapped out, and then ran. Cool. That's what they did over the next week. 2 weeks. So, thank you again for letting me know. Anyway. Will not bear regular interest. The principal amount and convertible note will not, accrete. Okay, let me go back to it. So, didn't get attacked. Not really. Snap. Whole Snap. So Snap offered a $1.5 billion senior note in 2033. $1.5 billion principal amount, aggregate amount right here, 6.8%. So terrible note. GameStop's doing it for free, and they have people buying them. These guys went in here, and it says here, 1.5. Snap intends to use the net proceeds to repurchase all of this outstanding convertible senior notes. So they're going to use a note to pay a note. Use one credit card to pay off the other. This one's 6%, by the way. Wow, Snap, that's terrible. But I'm just curious. Okay, so you announced it on the 11th of this year. The 11th. Let's go over here to Snap. Why is GameStop so unique? Because they didn't get, look at that shit. Oh, man, right after earnings, you got murdered. Then you announced it. Is that right? Was it February? Yep, February 11th. So right after earnings, and then they announced it. Boom. Stock comes down. They do it way down here at the bottom. And then they went up. Complete. Got earnings. Good. Gone. This company's just trash, bro. You're even way lower than before. Who would have gave this losing company money? That's what I want to know. Trash, dude. Oh well, you're holding notes. Hope you get killed. You can see it. What do you mean you can't see it? What do you mean? I'm right here. I'm showing you. Am I passing up on something here? I'm just showing you. You guys are ridiculous. All these guys are ridiculous. All right, so Snap didn't get attacked. Nope, just terrible. That's a terrible investment. Cool. Next one, Akami. Cool. What do they do? 1.5 billion for a 20% premium over the closing price. Only 20%? Not so great, huh? Not so great on this offering. 1.5 billion, 20% premium. So that's how they wrote that one up. Good for them. What date? Doesn't tell me the date. You say, oh, there it is. 14. 5/14 of this year. All right. So 5/14. How do you spell that damn name? Akami Technologies, whatever. So on 5/14, look at this stock's all-time low, bros. Trash. Oh, they're getting rocked. Okay, so anyway, 5/14. So 5/09, this price comes down. Somebody knows something. They announce it and they just go sideways. That's it. So nothing. No big vicious attack up until right after. Oh, right there. Yeah. What the hell? Look at the volume. So they announced it 5/14. Oh, that makes sense. Look at this. They announced it 5/14. Boom. Control the hell out of the price. Bring it all the way as far as you can. Where's the hourly? Let me go to the 4-hour chart. I can get there. Watch this. Let's see if we're correct. Look at that. That's 9. 13, and then here's 14. All the volume in the world the next day. All to hold it down. They got it all the way down just to do the conversion. Let's see where we're at here. This is a theory that I have right here. So the theory that I have, I'm shooting it all the way down and getting tight, and then it broke out. But still, the theory that I have is all that volume, huh? That they hadn't really ever had. They never had that type of volume. The theory that I have is that why are these companies being why is GameStop getting attacked and nobody else? That's what I think they're all scared. How about Unity? Is Unity allowed to do it? Unity did a 1.5 billion convertible offering November 15th, 2021. Unity did this I wonder if it got held down. I'm just curious. Part of the demise of Unity? Maybe. 1.5 billion. We'll find out. When they want everybody to buy, these idiots. You guys are dumb. All right, so Unity used to be way up here. Can you imagine somebody gave them $1.5 billion years ago, and they got stuck with it? What's Unity going to do? Pay it back? So November 14th, way over here, the peak of it all, bros. Wow. So they announced it on the 15th. Boom. Did the offering. Suckered everyone into buying this shit. Whoever ended up giving them money. Way up here at the top, they gave them money. They get nothing out of this company, dudes. Can you imagine? That's got to be a crime. Don't you think that's a crime? They did an offering up here at the top. Now look at their damn price. All the way at the bottom, bros. They're down 90% from then. What in the hell? Bro, that is crazy. They're private equity. I mean, this is a play on you, America. I'd never touch it. Wow. I don't understand. That's crazy. JD.com is a company. Trades off of JD is their ticker. And they went ahead and got a 1.5 as well. Doing a couple years in May 21st of 2024. See what happened here. They're in Hong Kong company, whatever it may be. They do everything off exchange. I wonder if JD.com is trading here. JD. Just curious. This is what, guys, I know you're like, Marantz, this is what you do all day? Yes, this is what I do all day. Okay, so they are a weekly company. They did it 2024, I said? When did they take that loan? May 21st. So look at this. This is awesome. This is actually pretty cool. So May 21st is over here. Right in here. Let's go to the daily. Let's go get it. So right in here, holding it down. Boom. So they announce here, next thing you know, the stock get killed. They did their offering for $1.5 billion right after earnings. It goes sideways. Next earnings report must have been great because they gapped up, got pushed down, and then it was gone. The world came into this stock. So way down here, they did the offering at 25. And they went all the way to 46. That's a hell of a run right out of there, out of the gun. Remember, triangle, breakout. A whole new world now. Bullish pennant, still support. Going to have another breakout real soon. I don't know. That 50-day came below the 200-day. Not good. Maybe they won't. Maybe they got a little bit more pain coming. But look at the breakout here. Golden cross just came out of there. Whoosh, gone. So they had the golden. They thought they had it. It was breaking out. Went sideways a little bit. Fake out. Gone. That's phenomenal. Good for them. They're getting back, but they're still down. JD. All right, cool. All right, next one I have to look at. I did find Uber. Okay. I won't even show you the chart. I'm just reading it myself. Uber, their interest was 0.875. You add that up, and it's actually going to be 5. So it's a 3%. It's a 3% senior note. So 3%, and they did 1.5. They did well. 32.5% over the price on Uber. They weren't attacked. I can tell you that right now. But here's the next one I'm going to show you today. The last one I'm going to show you is a company called Cloudflare. Cloudflare went ahead and did an offering, the same exact offering GameStop did. They did $1.75 billion. They announced it yesterday, just like GameStop. Let's go and look at what is going on with Cloudflare today. Let's go look at them. So they did the same exact thing. Let's see if they got 180 million shares, whatever the hell GameStop did today. Cloudflare is net, right? There they are. So For the 5-minute chart, I better see some fireworks. And I did. So, same thing, right? If you guys are paying attention to the way this works, from 1 to 4, look at the stock go all the way to the ground. It started to move. And they wanted to get that VWAP down. So the indicators are here. And they got it all the way to where they wanted it. Right there. So now they're going to get a premium on the 1.5 off that number there. So that makes sense. Volume was 789 on a float of 346 million. So here's my point. It took the world to get GameStop down. It took nothing to get this company down because no one's actually trying to hold it down other than who's ever trying to get a good premium on what they're doing. So yes, you guys asked the question, and we just officially answered it by going through and looking at 7 different offerings. 7 different offerings, and it's showing you that GameStop is absolutely attacked when it comes to doing these convertible notes. That's okay. Wall Street, you're on notice. You guys are going to run out of time, run out of money, and we never are. Because I'm just going to buy and hold and sit back. That's all I'm ever going to do for the rest of my life. That and put on a great show for people. Can I show you guys just how great this show is, the good, wholesome parts of this show? Let me show you a good, wholesome part of this show right now. This is going to be one of our viewers of the show, Anthony. Anthony is watching the live with his family on the TV, watching the earnings show. And here's AJ and Anthony watching the show. And because my first pack that I ever opened up of 151s, that, like the new cards that I had never really collected them, I got the Venusaur. I didn't know what it was when I got it. I didn't know it was a final form. I just found out Blastoise is Squirtle's final form, and and of course Charizard is Charmander. So I guess these dudes are like living legends, literally. But Pokemon's cool. I like collecting Pokemon cards for people. And my dream, AJ, my plan is to get to Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California this summer and hand you a card myself. So tell your dad who's your favorite Pokemon. And if it's Umbreon, okay? If it's Umbreon, I will save the Umbreon card I got out of the Prismatic Evolutions, and I'll give it right to you, directly to your face, AJ. I'll give you Umbreon, the card I pulled just a couple of days ago that I did on the live. So appreciate you so much. And thanks for watching the show. And thanks for letting me watch the show with me, dude. You're a cool little dude. And don't forget, your pops is the man. Your pops is a tough dude. I told you, man, he beats up everybody. You gotta be careful with your dad. You don't want him getting mad, bro. That guy is strong. All right, I gotta get back to it. Your dad, Anthony, is still the strongest man in the world to this day. All right, let's go. Don't forget that. All right. Pokemon, and so sorry. I just found out I was muted. Sorry. Shout out to AJ and the crew, and I thank the kids for watching. Everyone gets to watch the show, watch the earnings report, learn a lot about GameStop. But those guys right there are going to be collectors of cards for the rest of their life, and we're going to get them to them. And I'll make sure I make the trip to Oxnard. I talked to my wife this morning about the new earnings video, or the new giveaway video that we're going to be filming. And for those of you that are like not part of the show or don't know what we do, all the money raised off of YouTube and all the funds from donations, membership fees, everything are given back to GameStop. GameStop.com, GameStop the store, everything we buy. So we buy a lot of gifts and prizes for the kids. I get donations from people, and we put it all back there. So when I go hit the streets, I just give the money right back to the kids. We'll give out gift cards. We'll give out a lot of stuff. So I have, honestly, guys, I probably have over $3,000 or $4,000 worth of stuff to give away. And I'm just thankful that you guys do this. I mean, we've already done 8 giveaways. So I'm doing another one, and I plan to do it on Father's Day. My wife said, "What do you want to do Father's Day?" I said, "Baby, really? I just want to go make a video." Because it makes me very happy to give stuff away to the kids and get their collection started and let them know exactly what GameStop sells, what they're doing, and we have those conversations out in the street, okay? We're creeping up on after hours. Yeah, we're there. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being around. So, yeah, that's what's going on, and family time's the greatest. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. You guys are all great. Let's go ahead and talk about a couple things as we go through, and I wanted to talk about something where there's this narrative that's being pushed out. I've got to find it. I had it up on the screen, but it went away. But I'm going to get it back. I know where it's at. Okay. It's going to be here. Okay, so check this out, guys. Okay. Right here on this webpage, it's going to tell you strategy in GameStop lead a $50 billion institutional surge into Bitcoin as a treasury asset. And they keep putting this all together. But if you see this is what I want to talk about right here. This right here is two articles with the same picture. And this picture is meant to mislead you. It's showing GameStop at $325 a share. And that was January 29th at the close. And $325 a share. And everyone is probably looking at it and saying, well, what the hell? Because if the article says GameStop opened more than 15% down on Thursday after announcing plans of raising $1.75 billion through convertible notes offering for potentially expanding its Bitcoin holdings. And the next article is from Barron's, and this one's from Invez, says GameStop stock is plunging. Bitcoin plans aren't doing well, aren't going down well. The video game retailer is raising $1.75 billion on a bond that can convert into stock, but they keep showing you the price because they want you to be like, hey, $325. That's what GameStop used to be. Now look at it now. And we all know this is a lie. Like, this is not the true price versus what it is today. This is not, market caps back then, 325 times the 66 million shares, just so that we're clear, just so you guys know how far off you're not. Back then, the float was only 66 million shares, but it was $325 times the 66 million shares. Comes out to $21 billion. $21.5 billion. So if it's going to be $21.5 billion, how far off are you from $21.5 billion? And you divide that by the current float of 447. I'm not even adding in the convertible float, the current float. That means at $48 a share. Are we really that far off? We were at 36 just the other day, last week. So we were like $12 away. That's how close you are to these numbers. If people don't know the true value, just right at earnings, right? GameStop comes out and they're $29 a share. Everybody's $29, right? At $29 times the 447, just so that we're clear, 447 million plus. That's a $13 billion market cap. You take 13 billion, okay? You take the 13 billion just to get your mind right. You divide that by the 66 million shares initially. And that would be 196. So you guys are collectively running around buying GameStop at the equivalent of $200 at the time of the Roaring Kitty days. That's the value of the company, right? It's 200 to 300 in that range, depending on any day you grab. So why am I telling you this? Because we've expanded our float. We've done all these things to get us more money. Back then, I remember when we only had $900 million. I remember when we had $500 million and we were like, yo, we have $1 billion, man. This is crazy. Guys, we have $8 billion today. $8 billion, man. I'm just telling you, it's crazy. And in addition to the $8 billion, you have 500 million worth of Bitcoin. I have 8 billion, 500 million, and I make a profit. And we're a profitable company. Right? There's just so much going on with this company that Wall Street will never tell you, that these headlines won't tell you. But they'll do something like where it's plunging, and then you have something like this.
We have more movement. So maybe it's also a knee-jerk reaction, because originally this was down about 6-7%, and then it was down 17%. Now it's down 11%. So really having a wild day here on Wall Street. Another name that has generally been wild is GameStop. Where do we stand today?
Oh, I mean, look, shares under pressure today. I wouldn't call this the game stopping for GameStop, but there are still some questions about what does its future look like, especially when you have a changing landscape in the gaming world. And investors aren't ready to bet on it yet as a Bitcoin proxy because it's still not a full Bitcoin proxy at this point. It did report a mixed quarter. Earnings beat, but revenue disappointed. Earnings came in at 17 cents a share on an adjusted basis. Revenue fell 17% year over year to $732.4 million. Street was looking for $750 million. You had declines across their big categories, hardware and accessories. You saw revenue fall 32% there. Software revenue dropped 27%. There was this bright spot with collectibles. Revenue in collectibles rose 55%. They've done this partnership with Professional Sports Authenticator, PSA, and so that's been obviously beneficial. But the piece of that revenue, not enough, obviously, to offset the decline in hardware and accessories revenue, which accounts for a larger portion of their revenue. There's been this industry shift that they're dealing with from physical to digital. It's an industry-wide pivot. Digital game downloads, cloud-based gaming. You think about the gaming platforms. You see stocks like Take-Two do much better. You see Roblox do much better because so much stuff is happening online right now. So they haven't fully leaned into this digital transformation. They've been closing some stores. They started doing that last year. They're going to close some more this year. They haven't said how many this year, but it looks like, that is a part of their approach. Now, when you think about EPS, the cost cutting and closing of stores, leaning into cost cutting, that obviously helps EPS, but not enough, obviously, to move the needle on sales. That's still a challenge.
How does EPS move the needle on sales? I'm just asking. Are you just throwing words out there? Is it just word salad right now? I could break down everything they just said, but what's the point? They're totally wrong about GameStop.
Bitcoin is still a part of their playbook now, but not as big as the artist formerly known as MicroStrategy.
Right, understood. And by the way, GameStop, you're not seeing analysts saying this is some big opportunity. On the contrary, a name like Wedbush has a $13.50 target. It's at $28.78, so it's not for the faint of heart. Let's look at GitLab, which is down.
Yeah, not for the faint of heart. Okay, let's talk this out for a little bit. This narrative that GameStop is their top line's down, revenue's down. It's like I don't understand this. They actually have increases, guys. The increases are massive. You just can't see them. Here's the massive parts. Vinny, they're not acquiring Steam. Okay? They're going to buy PSA. It's my opinion. That's all I'm saying. Why would you want to buy Steam? I'm just curious. That's not... Stop trying to buy something to be something. Be something. It's just me. I'm aware of what it is, dude. I'm aware of what it is. You know how many opportunities they've had to swing that way? My opinion, I don't see it. I don't see what you see on buying Steam. Nintendo just killed everybody in 1 week. Nintendo's launch of physical games and consoles just beat everybody. It took the Xbox 14 weeks to get to 3 million units. It took PlayStation forever to get to 3 million units. They did it in a day, 2 days. Physical is king. Physical wins. You know why? Because nobody else does it better than GameStop. Did you see the numbers on GameStop? The actual profits? They don't need to buy anything. Let's make this very clear. They don't have to buy any of these loser ideas. Nope. They should go ahead and get into gaming and the league of gaming. And do you even know? Here, let's go do it. Let's go do it. Because you're just naming shit. Steam. SteamPowered.com, right? Welcome to Steam. This is great for video games, by the way. What would it be? Would it be Steam is good for PCs only? Steam is good for what? They have their own engine, don't they? Cool. Let's go ahead and look at Steam. Terrible website, by the way. Doesn't look anything like it should. Let's go to About Valve. It's Valve? Is that who their parent company is? Cool. Valve Corporation. Let's go see. Bellevue, Washington, Left 4 Dead, Team Fortress. Let's see. A lot of games. Good job. You think they want to give up Steam? So Valve employed 250 reportedly worth over $3 billion. Most of Valve revenue comes from Steam, which controlled over half the digital PC games in 2011 and generated an estimated $3.4 billion in 2017. So have you talked to Valve yet and see if they want to give up Steam? Have you done that part yet? Total equity, $10 billion. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a great idea. Hold on. I'm not done. I want to go look into Valve. I want to see who would be merging with or who would be taking over. Are they up for sale? I'm just curious. I'm just really curious. I'm reading right now. Hold on. I might learn something. Nope. I'll know what I'm looking for when I see it. Structure. Here we go. Open allocation. Its own publisher. Hindering progress. Stack ranking. People make games. Cool. Valve time. Play testing. Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot to deal with, man. Doesn't seem simple to me. Seems like a lot to deal with. All of this. They should buy Steam. You know what we should do? We should monopolize gaming. That's what we should really do. Just put it all into one. Mind you, GameStop says we're going to get out of gaming. We're going to go into collectibles and cards. But no, we got a guy in the chat right now who says we should buy Valve. Or Steam. They should carve it out. Valve Corporation versus Vivendi or something. Who knows? Nah. I'm just curious. Valve sued Activision Blizzard. Yeah. Awesome. Riot, open source, cool. Anti-competitive practices. Shocker. Antitrust measures. We should buy the whole damn thing. There's a good idea here. Okay. Let me think. I'll do it this way. People at Valve. Oh, yeah. Guy's still there. So are these all the guys? Art, business development, customer support. Where's the board of directors? Hardware, human resources. I got to go through all these damn people? Other experts. Well, I don't want these people. I want... See a Gabe Newell, Scott Lynch, Bill Suggs. I want those people. Where are they? Let's see. Gabe Newell. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do a deal with this dude. Nope. I promise you. He worked as a paper boy. Good for him. Windows. He's a Windows guy. These are computer geeks. You want me to pair up with computer geeks, not with retail specialists. Hey, Ryan, do me a favor, bro. Go partner up with this guy. This would be awesome. This guy's worth $5 billion. He's so rich. I'm just looking for something here. I'm looking for, you know what? Should I type it in a different way? Nah. Chief Operating Officer. Who's this guy? Is he a real gamer? Scott Lynch. Scott Lynch. Is he a real gamer? Nah, he's from the company that got sued by them. Huh. What happened there? How'd that happen? I'm not a believer, Scott. I'm not a believer. Bill Suggs. The founder of something. Some computer company. Nope. It's not what I'm looking for. Org chart. Scott Lynch, Bill Sykes, Gabe Newell. Nah. The Valve Corporation, huh? The CFO. Just curious. Before I ever see some nonsense. Hey, I'm just hanging out with you tonight. Forge Global. IPO performs like Forge Global. Is such that a significant portion is held by the founder and the employees. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to buy this one. It's a privately held company that has a value of $6.9 billion. Doesn't sound like I want to buy it. Doesn't sound like it's a good deal for GameStop. Is it on a discount? What part of Steam should they buy? Or what part of Valve should they buy? Just Steam? You think they want to give up their only thing that gives them identity and cash cow, their lifelong work? Yeah, man. What the hell is that? That has to be something else. That's not the real thing. Yeah. That's not it. Cool. Yeah, bro, I'm going to pass on that idea. Me personally. But hey, when it comes true, man, you'll be the guy. You'll be the one who said it. Have you seen this terrible website, by the way? This shit don't make me want to buy anything. Nah. I like this one. I like this one, bros. This one's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, never ending. I love it. Anyway. Back to the chat. Back to you. The smart ones. Should be big and recognizable as Amazon. Get the name of the brand out there to the normies. Yeah, we do our best. No management, just Gabe and hardworking people. There you go. Isn't that wild, bro? Yeah, I'd rather not do it. Right, Michael Packer, you boomer. Yeah, he's the only one. Okay, so anyway. The lady was talking about top-line revenue. I want to talk about that. We're going to talk about it. So, Wall Street, or the paid actors of Wall Street, are in front of the TV every day talking about top-line revenue. I did the math for you, and I broke it down that GameStop is now making $240,000 per store for the quarter, and them having 3,010 stores officially right now from the tracker that I have. Why is the revenue down? They tried to say it was because of digital. They said it was because of, GameStop had all this money they were making and things are down. Then they show you the charts and it's year over year versus all the last 10 years. And speaking of years, in 2019, GameStop went ahead and got rid of Spring Mobile. So they actually owned a company called Spring Mobile, and they sold it to Prime Communications LP for $727 million to offset what they did. And what they have? They had 1,200 AT&T branded wireless retail stores. They had 1,200 of those. You go down and you read, and then you saw that they had 5,830 GameStops. Well, it's not just done there. They also had 103 pop culture themed stores selling collectibles, apparel, gadgets, electronics, toys, and other retail products for technology enthusiasts and general consumers. They had 62 stores of international markets operating called the Zing Pop Culture. They had 41 stores of ThinkGeek brand. They had Simply Mac. They used to sell Mac computers. They had 43 of those branded stores. They had Cricket Wireless, where they sold wireless things as well. So, with all that being said, and all of those dollars that were coming in, and all the stores that they owned and possessed. Yes, the revenue, the top line revenue was not video games. It was cell phones. Because when I read more into it, I wanted to read more into it. I wanted to find out, well, where the hell did the revenue go? And they said, well, the revenue's under the U.S. side. And I was like, so it's all about the U.S. side. Okay. So the risk factors that were there, all the companies that are involved, they're reliant on video games and the distributors of them. I was like, okay, I understand now. So as I went through, I started reading more. This is why you have to read the old 10Qs and 10Ks to find out where the company came from and what they transitioned out of. They had impairment charges, $970 million, burning off all their goodwill and tangible assets. So you want to know why they looked like they lost so much money? That's why. You can read those charts upside down any way you guys want to do it. They were over leveraged and they were stretched thin on the money that they had. Their footprint was massive. When we're talking about making cuts and you're talking about top line and you go, they'll never reach what they used to do. Yeah, guys. They used to have 5 to 7 different companies under the umbrella GameStop. They used to have every different type of category of every different thing they would sell. The cost of sales were massive. The gross profit was massive. You got people trying to tell you these things. And then you go ahead and see, why did they lose money? No, they were making money. Then they lost. Because they were getting set up to go bankrupt. It was a private equity play to have your net income get sucked out of you. Instead of making $500 million every year, $400 million, they started taking it. And it's gone. Bad business practices. This was your company. Now, Ryan Cohen bought this company as is. Said there's no way. You had all those stores. You had everything. So then you go to the next year. And the next year you come in, GameStop goes from 5,800 stores to 5,500. And you go ahead and you look down and you say, well, wait a minute. Are they still selling things? They're still selling things. They're still trying to get out of things. They have all the different brands. They have EB, they had EB Games, Electronic Boutique, Thinking, Zing Pop Culture. They had everything you can think of. This business was not meant to win. This business was meant to overextend itself. It has nothing to do with video games. It has nothing to do with digital video games. It has nothing to do with this guy. Oh, it's a digital world. You got to get into Steam. No, I don't. There's no profit there, guys. What's the price of a download? You're buying the rights to the game. What are they charging you? $80? Everybody's selling for the same price. You know what's the best part about GameStop? That I get to go to GameStop every week. I get to go in there. Look at this. Look at this. You think I'm wrong? They went from 8.2, 8.5 down to 6.4. It's not a digital transformation. Digital download's been around for years. PlayStation 4's been out since 2013. This was more than just video games. I've been breaking down everything they did wrong for a long time. And just how right they've been these last couple of years. And the transition and the pivot where they're headed. Ryan Cohen bought a dying business that had to cut out all the brands, all the excess, and they did it. All while losing money. They lost 470, 673. It came in losing money. They're currently positive $200 million. 7 years later, guys, and they're currently positive $200 million, a swing profit of $873 million. Yeah, it took them time. But you had to know what they were selling and how they were selling it. Collectibles only made up 7%, 8% of all sales. They're now doing 28%. And video games is gone. Out of the gate. Not around anymore. You know, if people still want to live in the past, they can. But that revenue at the top is killing it, man. They're going to have a great year. And I'm happy to tell you all about it. I want them to announce that they closed out this earnings, this convertible note for $2 billion more. I think they offered it because they knew they had a buyer. I'd love to be the buyer myself, as in I'd love it if it was Ryan Cohen and his investment team or Evolution Capital. I don't know who's going to announce, who has to announce. Nobody does. But that's what I would do. I put 3 friends on, so if they put on 3, and so on and so forth, we connect the world. Yeah. I put on 13,700 friends. That's what I've done. And I'm going to keep going. I'm never going to stop. So I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are paying attention to what GameStop's doing. We're going to look at it again. I will be live tomorrow morning, God willing. Watch the past couple of videos. I've been talking about potential partnerships with PSA, buying the company itself, and why that's beneficial and how it's actually going to happen. Thank Trove for all the artwork. Thank Jay for all the research. And thank all of you guys for getting me motivated every day to come back out here and do these shows. Appreciate you guys every time. Last time it took 7 days. How long do you think this time? How long? I don't care, Gary. I hope it never goes up. I hope the stock price stays at $22 every day of the week for the next 2,000 years. That's what I want. I want $22, bros. I want the world to be oblivious to what GameStop is, and they already are. They have no idea how great this company is. They don't know a great sheet when they see it, because I study sheets all damn day. I study every single... Think about this, guys. I study every single P&L that comes across the table. I look up everybody's financials, every retail company, every company they want to put in front of you. The minute I hear it, I'm like, what? Who? Never. P ratio for GameStop right now, just so that we're very clear about why I think it's so valuable. GameStop's PE ratio, I want to show this to you so you guys can see how undervalued it is, even at this price today. GameStop is coming in at $22 a share. It is at almost $10 billion on market cap, and you are kidding because they make over $200 million, and their PEs of 35 and 46. 46 currently, 35 going forward because they know more profits are coming. Nobody's trading at 35 these days, and if they are trading at 35, they're not a retail turnaround company like called GameStop. They're not a Bitcoin-owning asset company called GameStop. They're not an $8 billion company called GameStop. They're not GameStop. They're not making $500 million for the year. They sure as hell don't have Ryan Cohen. They sure as hell don't have you. But you know what does have Ryan Cohen and has you? GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you tomorrow, millionaires, because I just rise and shine this way. Get at me, pimps. You know where to find me. Peace.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight pack and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz
never-ending cycle.
They wanted more. You couldn't. Hey, it wasn't enough notes. Everybody wants it. I told you, man. They want more of this company. Holy shit. Hey, they came out, bros. Hey, my God, bros. 0%, $2.25 billion. You thought we were doing 1.7. Oh, my God. And expected to close on the 17th. So in 5 days, subject to customary closing conditions. Cool. With an additional 450 million. So it's going to be 2.7 billion approximately. After it all, 2.68 going into their pockets. People want GameStop. $2.8 billion. 2.6. Well, 2.7. Oh, who knows, man? Who knows? But that means they're going to have $9 billion cash. Oh my God. So amazing. So amazing. Hold on. The net proceeds original offering would be 2.23, or approximately if the purchaser exercises the option to purchase additional notes, which they will. We know how that works. The notes will mature in 2032. Somebody goes, 7 years? Let's do it. And here we go. What did I tell you? There it is at $28.91 at 32.5% over. And they did it already right there on June 12th today, guys. I told you. $28.91, $2.7 billion. Holy my goodness gracious. I am so excited. Guys, GameStop did it. $2.7 billion. Woo! Guys, you now have $9 billion. Just throw another billion on the barbecue, babe. Holy shit. Oh, my God. And so if you stuck around for that, how you doing, billionaires? $9 billion. Oh, my God. Hey, John. Jesus is King of Kings. Thank you for letting me know that it was up. We knew it was coming today. I just didn't know when. Now we know. And knowing's half the battle. I got to make another video. Holy shit, dudes. Hey, the game started. I actually clicked ARAM before we even started doing this. How does it feel to be a billionaire? Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. I don't know. I got to take off. I'll make another video after I'm done playing this game or whatever. I doubt you guys want to watch this shit. You know, it's just me just passing the time. But I'll make a video after this. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, if you guys want to stick around, you can, I guess. That's amazing. $3 billion. I got to call my boy Jay. I got to call Jay. Jay's cool. All right, man. I can't even play, bros. Man, hold on. Let me call Jay. You guys never heard me talk to Jay, and you probably never will. I'll put it on mute. Contacts. Let me call, because I know the dudes are here watching. Dude, they did it. Let me call Jay from GameStop. See if he picks up. Hey, broski. Nope. Didn't pick up. And Almo's already here. I know that because he called me. So yeah, no, we're good. Damn, bros. What is tomorrow? Friday? Right back to hitting something. Damn, dude, they get 2.7 billion. I gotta think. That's $9 billion. Oh, I let him kill me. I didn't even know he could do that right now. I wasn't paying attention. Too busy thinking about this money, bro. Damn, bros. Oh, my guys are disconnecting now, bro? That's wild, bro. Yeah, what does it say? Oh, okay, cool. I didn't see. Yeah, we're just having a good time. Oh, yeah, he's mine now. Had enough of his shit. Had enough of Carthus. Carthus can't get away from nobody. Well, I tell you. You guys, none of you guys can get away from this. Nope. Told you ain't gonna get away with nothing, bro. I'm dead. Let me get out of there. I was dead. I didn't care. I was out there going for it, bros. Somebody has to. I'm just here to hit shit. Interest alone on $9 billion is wild income. Yeah, but they can't use it all for interest-bearing assets, so it's different. But yeah, they're gonna have tons of money. They could be making, honestly, they could be making like 120 million a quarter off of interest. But with that much Bitcoin, dude, like you have $4 billion just for Bitcoin. Like you would be massive if you really went at it hard. That's all I'm saying. Got him. Boom. Okay, 13. I gotta live for a little bit. 9.8? It's not 9.8. What the hell are you talking about? They have 6.4. And they got, hold on. Am I tripping? 6.4 and they got 2.7. That's 8? No. I'm not tripping. It's like 9.1. There goes my dog. My dog sees the other dog across the street. I already know what it is, bro. My dogs be going crazy. Yeah, I know. We just talked about it, Aaron. Aaron, where were you? Where were you 10 minutes ago, bro? Yeah, they upped the offering because that's how many buyers they have, bro. The boy's trying to get me, bro. Damn, I'm still alive. I should have died a while back. What's up? Smoked them. About time you killed me, bro. About time you killed me. Let's go. Yeah, bro. You left the stream. You didn't hear me talk about it. It's right there. On the screen, bro. I gotta turn back on the volume on the game. My bad. Here we go. Back to killing folks. Yeah. This is a tough one for me because I'm not an 80 carry. Look at that, he caught me. I didn't want him to get me. Damn it. Yeah. I find it funny how RC British time was 21.55. Today's low is 21.54. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's the bottom, babe. But for 29 bucks, they're getting billions of dollars at a good price. I'm debating on going after this guy right now. I gotta wait for the right time. Wow. I deserve what just happened to me. I did terrible. Whatever. It's fine. Man, with how fast it got picked up, how long will it issue negative interest rate? Doofy, good call, bro. Good call. You gotta pay me to give you money. How about that? What is this, the U.S. Fed? No. Bro, it's about to be fun, guys. Like, you know what's the best part about this whole transaction is that, like, GameStop has the option to do what they want. Like, you can't say that they're not capable of doing anything. And for those guys out there that say they're worth, $6 billion worth of market cap, that's a lie. Look what they're doing. Man, bro, I'm weak. I suck at this game, bro. I don't even like this guy. girl, whatever she is. Never really cared about sex in a game. They're like, ooh, the sex of the character is this. I don't care about that stuff. Let's go. Anyway, let's see. I'm happy for the record. Yeah, I'm happy too, bro. I'm gonna go out here and just kill some. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Kill me, no problem. Stop hitting the fucking tank, bro. You guys are gross, bros. Unless you can kill them both. Now you can kill them both, bro. You're big. There you go. Kill this one. Bro, that guy ain't killing me, bro. That's for damn sure. You ain't killing me, bro. Mm-mm. I'm going right at you. Lulu. Lululemon. Oh, God. Fucking guys. I don't even know what they do. I don't even know what they do. They just hurt me. I don't even know how to play this guy. Mm-mm. Oh, God. Them boys hurt, bro. I don't know what to do next. I get a static shiv just to get one. Just to get one. I don't care. Oh, my goodness. Freddy's excited. Freddy. More free more free memberships for GameStop's free money. GameStop, now a $9 billion company. This morning they were $8 billion company. Now they're $9 billion. Ah, somebody cares. Bro, I went for it, bro. Freddy got me excited. I just went after the kill right there. I didn't even care. Ah! He said last one. Thank you, Freddy. Thank you so much, man. You're crazy, Freddy. You're crazy. The kids are going to love it. We're doing it. We're doing it right now, bros. We're doing a giveaway on Sunday. I can't wait. It's either going to be in Hemet or it's going to be in Palm Springs, downtown. I'm going to try to hit the mall. I'm going to do something. I already told my wife, just get ready. Just get the camera ready. Man, these boys hit hard, bro. They hit really hard. Wow. They exploded on me. Oh, well. Jimmy. Looking like... So stupid, bro. Oh, hold on. Let me block this guy real quick so you can. Hey, you're gonna have to make a new whole account, bro. There we go. We'll never see you again. Laugh about it now. Laugh about it now. Punk. Instance over here doing more than that offering's worth more than all the AMC combined in like 10 seconds. Freddie says, see ya, hound dog. Yeah. They all misread the situation. Do you know what Wall Street's about to do? The dudes, the actual guys who run Wall Street, they actually have to know just how great this is. Like, people gotta know. You can't be walking around with your head down, people. This is amazing. Mind you, I'm getting my ass kicked over here. All right, bros. Get your free memberships. I'll do a members only video coming up with my shirt off, like I normally do. Dude, can't kill that guy. I tried. There you go. Oh, yeah. They did it. What a team. What a team, bro. What a team. Finally, while we got beat up the whole game, now we're killing people. Man, GameStop's amazing. $9 billion. 9! Tony Romo's number. I knew it. I knew you were talking to me, Ryan. I knew it, Ryan. This whole time. Oh, man, Ryan. You know, it's crazy to be a part of a company that just, boom, $9 billion just out of nowhere. Just 1 year later, from 1 year to the next, $1 billion to $9 billion. They'd be like, why? Why would you ever buy for that much? Why would it ever be worth that? I don't know. Maybe because their earnings went crazy. Like, come on, man. You're only going to let us buy $2 billion? We want more than that. Oh, I hear the ice cream man. Yeah, Freddie Bauer's crazy, bro. Might be related to Derek, for all I know. $9 billion company, guys. I don't know what's not to be bullish about that. You know, what if I surprise my wife and I say, baby, let's go do this. Let's go do it tonight. Let's ask her. She's crazy. She'll do it with me. My wife's about that life, bro. Mm-mm. 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 Oh, shit. I tried. I was dancing, bros. Where are we going from here? Tetron? Up and to the left. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. Oh, man. But I didn't make any of that up. Tetron really said that dumb shit. You really be saying some dumb shit sometimes. Do stocks go up, left, right? Probably could have said some crazy shit, but I didn't. I killed them all, bro. Yeah, I hit hard. Who DC'd? Oh my god. Oh my god. My god, that hurt. That really hurt. There's nothing you could do. That shit hurt. It's over now. They can end it. Yep, they got 10 seconds to do it, and they did it. All right, guys, I got to take off. Always overpaid executives, bro. All right, I got to go figure out what I'm going to do tonight. Let me go call the wife. Let me plan it out. All right, guys, peace. 'Cause I think I might want to do the giveaway tonight.